Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 167th Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Crow. Now, take a look at the front, we can see that the figure comes in your standard Mezco box with that really great Crow logo at the center. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with his different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the new Mezco Crow figure, and this is one we have been waiting for a very long time, and I'm super stoked about this, so let's check them out here. So first of all, the soft goods are incredible, and am I fooling any of you with this? No? Of course not, because that's not the Crow, that's Sting. So let's bring in the actual Crow figure over here, and there's Eric Draven right there looking totally badass. And man, for those of you that love this movie, all you cool goth kids back in the day, this is an iconic character, and we're finally getting him in the 112 Collective, which you couldn't be more stoked about, because man, this dude is so badass. And R.I.P. man, I miss this guy. He was such a good dude. Crazy tragic story for those of you that know. The soft goods are pretty awesome. I love the tattered shirt here we got like that, looking really good too. You do got the ring right here on a little bendy wire necklace like that too. I love all the straps and wires and things that we got around the suit. The whole pants right here is done like a pleather-like material. Same thing with the actual coat itself. I'll be very honest with you, I kind of worry how that's going to hold up over time within the next like year or two, if that's going to flake or crack or anything like that. Just be very careful. There are types of oils and things like that you can help protect your figures with this type of material, so just be very careful. But it all looks really good too. Again, I love the little wrappings around there. The boots look really good with the tongue sticking down like that. Very old school, man. I love that peg holes at the bottom. Looks really, really good, dude. I think this looks fantastic. The head sculpt looks great as well. Again, this is just something I've been waiting for a very long time. You got some wraps around the hands, all looking pretty sweet. So yeah, man, I love this figure. So I am super happy to have him. And again, just something that I've been waiting for a very, very long time. And for those of you that are curious, you can take the coat off. So I normally just take the hands off first, and you can just pull this back like that, taking that like so, and then we could take some hands, put some hands back on. So we'll just put on a couple hands in the meantime like that. Put that one on right there, and this one right there like that. So that looks really good too, man. So you can see that he does have the long sleeves going on with the wraps going on all the way down the forearms, done in that almost like it almost looks like electrical tape, to be honest with you. Same thing with around the waist right there, but it looks good. So you know, I think it'll work either way how you want to pose him, whether with or without the coat, because it looks good both ways. So now moving on to accessories here, we do of course get the circular base stand from Mezco, which I love. And then again, that very iconic Crow logo right there with the crow, the eyes, the name going right across that, looking really good. And of course you do get the clear articulated arm. We also do get a bunch of interchangeable hands, which are great. Pretty much gripping hands, closed-fisted hands, trigger finger hands, guitar holding hands, all that kind of great stuff you're going to need. We even get a stigmata hand there, which is not quite a stigmata hand, but it's a hand with the bullet hole going through, which I think is really funny that he included that, so that's really awesome. We also do get interchangeable heads. We got 4 interchangeable heads. That's pretty amazing. We do get a more standard stoic head. We get an angry head with the gritting teeth that looks really cool too. I love how the hair is kind of like coming down over the eyes a little more on that one. Then we get more of a, I don't know, I guess more concerned type of head, which is really good looking too. And I don't know why, but that one kind of reminds me of a Jared Leto Joker. Does that look like that to anyone else? Oh god, I hope that guy never plays Crow in a movie. Then we do get that really cool smiling head, which I think looks great as well. So very, very nice, man. I love all the heads. And the hands do interchange out pretty easily. Again, that just sweet buttery pop that we get with a Mezco figure is just so much fun. We can put that on there like that. That looks really good too. So we got a bunch of weapons with this guy. We do get a couple pistols, 2 with like magazines in there. We get a revolver with the revolving little piece. The drum does roll, so that's really nice as well. We get an actual pump action shotgun, we get a katana, and then we do get this thing here, which I do like. I love that they even included this. You know, towards the end of the movie, he just pretty much has his own like makeshift sword, which is really rad, and this thing's huge, man. So you can get that in any of the gripping hands, which I should probably try and just like put on. So let me just grab a gripping hand real quick, put that on like that, right there, and then you can get this in the gripping hand like that. Luckily, Mezco hands are like really soft and but still hold their shape, you know what I mean? So that's really cool. So look at that, dude. That looks cool, right? I freaking love how that looks. That turned out really, really good. And then again, we got things like the pump action shotgun where the thing actually does pump, stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. I love when Mezco adds details like that. And then all the guns have to have the little barrel where you can pop in a little burst effect and things like that we've gotten from other Mezcos and things like that. So I'm surprised they didn't include it with this. But again, if you have any of those, they will fit in there just fine. Next up, we do get this really sweet looking guitar. Man, this thing is awesome. We do get an actual working strap that you can adjust right there. Looks really good, but I love just the blacks that we're getting with that. Even all the strings and the frets and all that are painted right there, looking at really nice silver. All looking super good, man. I love how this looks. Even has like specific guitar holding hands, so you could take this one right here and then like put it between the fingers. Like, doesn't that look really cool? I think that's so genius how they even did that. And I had a lot of fun taking pictures with this particular kind of like look to it, so that's really cool. He also does come with the Harlequin mask, which is fantastic as well, you know, revealing his face, and he can be smiling under that one like that. So I think it's really cool too. They even have the eyes cut out right there so you can actually look through it, which is genius. Again, they just did such a good job with this figure. Some of the best accessories are that he does come with his little pets. So you got the little kitty cat right here, Mr. Bigglesworth himself, but obviously a very fuzzy Mr. Bigglesworth, pre-shaven Mr. Bigglesworth, you know what I mean? But that looks great too. I love that a lot. And then what is the crow without a couple crows? You do get a standing one like that, and then you get one that's more in flight, which is really awesome. Gotta have these posed with my guy here. So if you'll see there, we do actually have holes in the figures like this, and they're non-articulated, but you can take the wire that it comes with. You get two bendy wires. If I can actually do this on camera, you get two little bendy wires that you can plug into the figures like that, and then you take this little attachment piece, and I can't believe they're still using this attachment piece right here. It's so old school, but you could plug it into this little attachment piece like that, and then you could take the clear articulated arm, and then like slide that, oops, excuse me, wrong piece. Take this claw piece, slide this over that like there, so, and then plug it into the clear articulated arm like that, and then you can have him pose, take the bendy wire, pose him around, and do all kinds of crazy things you want. But again, I think that's really cool that they even included some crows. Got to have a whole flock of these. So if any of you have more of these dudes, I'll gladly take like a dozen of these flying birds, because I think it'd be really cool just to have a bunch of them flying behind him and things like that. So that'd be really awesome. If you guys want to hook me up, hey, feel free to hit me up online, and you guys know where to send them. We also do get the Eric Draven headstone, which is pretty gnarly. Yeah, that's dark, dude, but this is really cool. A very nice, solid type of, I'm not sure if it's plastic or a polystone, I'm not sure. There's some decent weight to it, so I'm probably not polystone, but still looks really cool too. You can see the wash over there. You have the Eric Draven with the cross and the little angel going right there on the front, looking really nice. So that's a really cool looking display piece. This is definitely going to go with my sod cutter figure that should be coming in very soon. And I feel like we've gotten maybe one or two other headstones from the 112 Collective. Feel free to let me know. But I do love the fact that we've got that. You got to have that with Eric Draven, right? But then easily the best accessory that has probably ever come with an action figure. Dude, we get the full-on crow fire effect piece. This thing is amazing. And yeah, it's just one of those things you probably just put on the floor of your figure and displays for pictures and things like that. Or if you can somehow type of like maybe mount it behind the figure like that, you know what I mean? But it's done in a very nice translucent plastic with the orange fading into more of like the reds. But that is a great looking piece, man. Again, so someone, if you want to have this again behind him, maybe on your wall or something like that, you could do that too. But this thing is huge. You can see how big it is in my hands. And even standing in it like this, I mean, it's so much bigger than the actual figure itself. I'm just so happy that they included that. So now moving on to the articulation here, I'm going to do it without the coat because I want to show the full range of the buck that they're using here. So the head and the neck are on that double ball peg, so those roll around very, very nicely. Do turn left and right, up and down like so, and then pivot side to side. Arms can go all the way up full 360 if you really wanted to. They can go up and out to the side that much. No butterfly joint in there. We do get a bicep swivel. We got double jointed elbows that work very nice on both sides. All the way like that. That works out really good too. Rotation at the wrists, as well as hinges at the wrist. We do get the double ball peg in the midsection that goes down to his crotch and under his chest. So that rolls around very nicely, does turn left and right, crunches back and forth a great amount, and then pivots side to side like so. We got hip joints that kick up about that far, which is probably hindered by the material that are used here. Can kick back a very tiny bit, splits out about that far. Rotation and upper thigh, double jointed knees where he could almost kick himself in his own butt. We got a ball peg down at the boot for the ankles that could roll around up and down a decent amount, and almost no ankle rocker due to the sculpt right there. So overall, I think this is a really fantastic figure, honestly. I've been waiting for this one for quite some time, ever since we saw it. I think like maybe 2 years ago is when we first saw this figure, and it's finally coming in. And again, if you're just a hardcore Crow fan, you want an awesome Crow figure, I think this is one of, if not the best Crow figure out there. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Mezco 112 Collective Wolverine and Predator. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to Inkblot and Sting. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Crow. Now overall, I think this is a really badass figure, and honestly, those head sculpts I think are incredible. They are definitely some of the best that Mezco has done, especially when it comes to like an actor likeness. I think it looks great. Of course, the face paint does help, but again, I think they all look really awesome. The articulation is really nice too. We're getting double jointed elbows and double jointed knees and things like that. Really good ab crunching, so the articulation works very well. All the accessories are freaking incredible, man. I love that Crow fire effect piece, the headstone, the guitar is really nice. I love that guitar. More stuff like that is just always fun. The different guns, the swords, all that kind of stuff. It is just crazy to see how many things this guy comes with. It is very, very impressive. My only big concern is going to be the material used for the coat and things like the pants, how that's going to hold up over time. Those are genuine valid concerns that I have. But other than that, right now, I freaking love this piece. You should definitely not skip on this figure, man. He is so awesome. Definitely one of my favorites of the year, and definitely a must get. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.